Tie now.
Well, they are, and as you mentioned earlier, the Twins going out on the road for 2 weeks is going to be difficult for them. They still have the wild card opportunity. Of course, they'd like to win their own division, but they have to play well on this road trip, which is starting tonight.
And as we speak of starting tonight, let's look at the starters. First of all, for the Mariners, it's going to be Miguel Batista back in that starting rotation.
And the biggest thing against the Twins is he can't afford to walk guys. That's been an issue with Miguel at times this year. If he's throwing strikes, he has a chance. But the Twins are going to try to walk. They're going to try to run if they get on base. They can cause a lot of problems for you, especially if you have to pitch to Mauer and Morneau with men on base.
Francisco Liriano, who was recalled on the 1st of August, has been, well, he's been perfect since then.
He's been outstanding, no question about it, and we got a chance to see him in Minnesota. He was very good. Not throwing quite as hard as before he had his surgery, but still has an outstanding changeup, a very good breaking ball. He's throwing a lot of strikes, been very difficult for hitters.
Well, the Twins are on a 2-game losing streak, and the Mariners will try and make it 3. We'll be back and have more. The M's and the Minnesota Twins right after this timeout. Set to do battle, a first of a 3-game series. Some changes in personnel from both sides today. First of all, let's check in with Dave Sims.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. As we get ready for the series with the Twins, a couple of roster moves. First for Minnesota, Eddie Guardado is back with the Twins. Twins got him back from the Rangers today. He went 55 games, 4-4 record, a .220 batting average against, and a .365 ERA. Everyday Eddie, that's where he earned the name back in Minnesota. Mariners made a move as well. You remember Saturday night, Mark Lowe took this bullet off the bat of Frank Thomas. He is optioned out to Tacoma, not put on the disabled list. This allows him to come back to the ball club when the AAA season is over. In his place, Randy Messenger brought up from Tacoma. Let's get more on Randy from Angie Menting.
Well, Dave, Randy Messenger has pitched up in the big leagues before. He pitched with both the Marlins and the San Francisco Giants. He almost got his first American League call-up back on August 1st. Instead, Jake Woods got it. That's because when they called Randy, he was getting ready to give birth to his first child. Well, he wasn't. His wife was, as I reminded him. And when I say getting ready to give birth, I mean it. They called at 4 o'clock, and she gave birth at 7:30. So it didn't happen that day, so it happens today. But like his baby girl, it was well worth the wait.
Well, it's just nice to, get the opportunity again, being in the big leagues with the Giants and the Marlins, and then being with my third team in a year. It's pretty wild, and then being close to home again is obviously a nice thing. Everybody gets to watch me again.
What does your wife say?
She just loves it. She's just happy I'm back up here, She's the one that pushes me a lot at home. Well, start doing better, get yourself in order, get going where you need to be. All right, babe, whatever you say.
You guys remember that. Happy wife, happy life. All right, the Mariners and the Twins are getting set to duel. Remember, the last time these two teams faced, the Minnesota Twins swept them, but the last time here at Safeco Field, the Mariners took 2 of 3. Mike and Dave have the first pitch coming up.
And the Twins as we get set to play ball, and a man who's been a pain in the neck in the previous 6 games between these two clubs, Denard Span steps in to lead it off against Miguel Batista, who starts him off with ball 1.
Game time temperature 59 degrees, 59 winds are blowing.
And a high pop-up, and looked like a changeup, and an easy play out there for Vladimir Valentin. Now, Mike, let's look at the lineup.
For the Twins, we have Span, Casilla, Mauer, Morneau, Kubel, Young, Busher, Punto, and Gomez hitting ninth. Rico scouting report on Miguel Batista. See what he's working against the Twins. Pretty high ERA. He's had his struggles against them. And the defense behind him, Ibanez, Valentin, Ichiro in the outfield, Beltre, Betancourt, and Lopez Cairo at first. Jamie Burke getting the start behind the plate, and Batista's on the mound.
And Alexei Casilla, the regular second baseman who we did not see in Minnesota, takes his strike back for a couple of games against the Angels and hit a home run down in Anaheim. And the guy that kind of makes this engine run, there's a line drive right to Jose Lopez at second base. So Casilla is the second out.
Take a look at the season numbers for Miguel. 6.5 ERA, a lot of walks for 100 innings pitched, but he's been dealing with a lot of problems this year physically. Came out of spring training with a bad back and hurt his groin for a while.
Well, this is Joe Mauer, and Mauer a .429 career average against Mariner pitchers. At the knees, the man calling balls and strikes is James Hoy. One and one.
Mauer's average at .321. It's been steadily going up. His current 16-game hitting streak.
Good second. Good two-seam. I know you think that he could be a lot more effective if he threw a lot more of those.
I like his two-seam fastball. He's 93, 94 with it. I feel like he has better command of it. I think as a hitter, it's a more difficult pitch to hit. And I think it helps him with his changeup, his breaking ball.
And fastball right in on him. And very easy first inning for Miguel Batista. So we have started here at Safeco Field. The Twins are gone in order. Here come the Mariners, no score. Well, the roof has been on because of the squall that we had come through here about an hour and a half ago. Let's look at the Mariners lineup, Mike.
Thank you, Dave. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Comcast. You have Ichiro, Betancourt, Ibanez, Beltre, Lopez, Valentin, Jojima, Burke, and Cairo hitting ninth. Rico scouting report on Liriano. Pretty good fastball. Not quite to the 99 anymore. He's going to be in the lower 90s, but still a very good changeup. Hard slider. And the defense behind him. Young, Gomez, and Span in the outfield. Busher, Punto, Casilla, Morneau at first. Mauer behind the plate. And Liriano is on the mound.
Liriano picked up a win against the Mariners 2 starts ago. Gave up only 2 runs in 7 innings. And that was in Minneapolis. And he is downstairs and outside to Ichiro. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Back up the middle. Into center field. So Ichiro now 28 hits away from the 200 mark.
After ball 1, Ichiro knows he's going to get a fastball. Once it gets by Liriano over the mound, even if Punto's able to get to that ball, he's not going to throw Ichiro out. So he starts the game off on the right foot with a base hit.
Yudieski Betancourt will be the hitter. Eddie Guardado back in a Twins uniform where he got his nickname every day, Eddie, as the closer. I don't think he's going to be doing that with Joe Nathan here, but he's going to be an 8th inning guy, and a pretty good year going with the Texas Rangers.
Been a very good year going down there, and I think you'll help him. You have a veteran presence in your bullpen, another left-hander. Look at his numbers.
Always well liked in any clubhouse. Certainly was here in Seattle when he was here. Down the right field line, and that ball is going to be caught down there by Denard Span on the run. Fine running catch by Span.
We're so used to in Seattle to see a right fielder that can cover a lot of ground well. Span can play center field also. Really runs well. Runs a long ways but makes a nice catch.
There's Eddie back in a Twins uniform. Looks kind of comfortable out there in that old uni of his. Raul Ibanez hitting .538 against Minnesota this year. One ball and no strikes to count.
You can see that last fastball, 91 miles an hour. Liriano used to be around 95, 94, 95 consistently. You're going to see more of a 92 from him now, but still very good changeup.
strike in that game completed from a suspension of a game in April. Baltimore in 14 beats the White Sox 4-3 in the regularly scheduled game tonight. White Sox lead Baltimore 4-3 in the ninth. As we check our GMC Best in Class, the players of the month, and there are 4 of them as you look at the numbers. Mora, Marlon Byrd, Mark Teixeira, and Raul Ibanez in there. And a swing and a miss, and Ichiro gets down. He's safe with his 39th stolen base.
Ichiro takes off on the first mover from the left-hander. Strong throw by Mauer. You can see by the time the tag is put on him, his foot's already on the base. Tags him in the back.
And Ibanez now with a chance to pick him up. Ball just barely out of the glove of the catcher. Now a foul tip. So Raul is still alive. Mariners today calling up Randy Messenger from AAA. Mark Lowe being sent down to AAA instead of DL. And that ball's hit to deep center field and drifting back and onto the warning track to make the catch. The center fielder, Gomez, and scooting to third base goes Ichiro.
See Ichiro. Pretty good secondary lead. As soon as he figures out it's going to be caught back on the warning track, tags up and gets the third.
So now they'll look for a clutch 2-out hit from Adrian Beltre. Ryan Roland Smith tomorrow against Scott Baker. In the middle game of this 3-game series. That catches the outside corner, a ball and a strike. That's the Hit It Here Cafe. Hello. If you're enjoying it.
Mariano used to throw more 4-seam fastballs because the velocity he was able to throw at upper 90s, mid to upper 90s, and now that his velocity's gone down a little bit, more 2-seamers. Going to sink the ball away from right-handers a little bit more.
And that's lined, hit too hard, however, right at the left fielder, Delman Young. Beltre hits it right on the sweet spot, but too much air under it. Ichiro's left at third. We have no score after 1. Cougar Gridiron Classic presented by the Washington Beef Producers is back. WSU takes on Oklahoma State. The Cowboys August the 30th at Quest Field. You can get your tickets by calling 206-628-0888 or by ordering online at Ticketmaster.com. As Justin Morneau takes 2 high, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Morneau. Might have broken his back. Throws a sinker, does Betancourt over to Cairo, but he stays with it. Jamie Burke is the man behind the plate tonight. Kenji Jojima is the designated hitter. Jeff Clement still having some problems with a knee. Might be back in the lineup tomorrow night. Here is Mariner killer deluxe Jason Kubel, who is 13 for 19 against Seattle this year. A .684 batting average with 3 home runs and 9 RBIs. Mariners couldn't get him out in that 3-game series in Minnesota. Should get him out this time. Although the ball's got some pretty good carry to it on the run out there. Betancourt, not Betancourt, but Valentin makes the easy catch. So 2 down. Friday, September the 5th. The Mariners hosting the Yankees. Only time this year they're going to be here. A big weekend. And Friday is Mario Super Sluggers Night presented by Nintendo. Nintendo Wii's and other prizes are going to be given away throughout the night. For tickets, you can visit Mariners.com. He's throwing very well as he sends in a strike to Delman Young. The lone outside, not a bad pitch. Good one. A slider that time. It misses inside. And that's way inside with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and the Twins have their first base runner. A free ticket to Delman Young. Brian Boucher, the third baseman, will be the hitter. The Twins designating Mike Lamb for assignment today when they activated Eddie Guardado. So Mike Lamb, a utility infielder, is on his way out of the organization, and the breaking ball down low and inside. Ball 1-0.
How tough a decision that was to make with a week to go to get to September, and you can expand the rosters. Guy that probably help you pinch hitting, a veteran guy, left-handed bat.
So Batista now has missed with the first 2 here to Boucher. And on his horse, moving back again is Valentin. Been a busy man as he has to put out here. That's 3 putouts for Valentin in center field and 2 innings. So we go to the bottom of the 2nd. No score. If you're Twins, obviously you have to come out and watch Minnesota play, right? Yeah, those 2 young men there are Twins, but they're both Mariner fans, and so we welcome to tonight's ball game as Jose Lopez takes 1 out of the strike zone. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Look at our quest spirit of note on Jose Lopez. 11th home run of the year yesterday, tying a career high. Now only 7 RBIs shy of his career high. And right now that 297 batting average is a career high. If he keeps it there, career high prior to that 287, and he did not have a good road trip. But he had a good day yesterday. He had a 3-run home run yesterday off Kirk Sarloos that coming in the 6th inning of play. There's little doubt about it. And that basically put the icing on the cake for the Mariners in their win over Oakland. Great job of smothering the ball and from his knees. A one-hop throw not in time. Nick Punto trying to get Lopez.
Nice diving effort by Punto. I think if he comes up with it cleanly and doesn't bobble it, he has a chance to get Lopez at first base. He knocks it down. Ball comes right back to him. Tries to throw it from his knees. Let's see Lopez running hard the whole way.
And Ballantine now a chance. With one on, nobody down.
I think for the right-handed hitter, it's probably a good idea to be aggressive early in a count with somebody like Liriano, trying to keep him from getting to his changeup. Find a fastball early. Try to hit it hard somewhere before he throws his changeup with a hard slider.
And that one is a foul ball. He hung that ball out over the plate.
He did.
Delphin Colon is the umpire at third base. He was here with the other umpiring crew yesterday, so he stays. Ballantine got the changeup that time. He was out in front of it and pops it up. So Nick Punto takes care of that. And one down. The next MasterCard Grand Slam Family Pack Day is going to be Wednesday. That's a day game. Mariners hosting the Twins, and family packs include 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 Pepsi brand soft drinks for as low as $55. For tickets, you can visit any Mariners team store. Kenji Jojima, the designated hitter tonight, and a home run of his own yesterday. His 5th of the year. Starts him off with a change.
Kenji trying to do the same thing, get a fastball, hit it hard before he gets a changeup, but he starts him off with a really good changeup. First pitch.
And that's a little high. Final from Baltimore. In the regularly scheduled game, the White Sox beat the Orioles 4-3. So they lost the first one 4-3 in 14 innings. That suspended game from April.
It's 3 good changeups in a row. Congratulations to local product Grady Sizemore, joins the 30-30 club today. Hit a couple home runs. Yep. He has really turned into some kind of star for the Cleveland Indians.
We'll see Grady over the weekend. Cleveland beating Detroit 4-3 in Detroit. Another changeup.
It's 5 of them in a row. Don't typically see that pitchers. In fact, most of the time they don't like to double up their changeup, throw 2 in a row, much less 5. But when you have one as good as Liriano's, don't worry about that too much.
Breaking ball that time. And he got it. So 2 down. First strikeout for Liriano.
Finally throws him a fastball. Looks like Kenji gets a piece of it, but Mauer's able to hold on to it.
Jamie Burke getting a rare start. Mariner catcher tonight. That's a beautiful pitch right there.
So he can throw his changeup for a strike. A lot of times he'll throw it out of the zone, try to keep it down, and get hitters try to chase it.
Comes back with a fastball that's out of the strike zone. Change it in off the plate. Mariners won the first 2 games against Minnesota here this year, and since then have lost all 4 since then. So they're 2-4 against Minnesota. No, not going to be able to get to it. Even with his speed. Bernard Span can't get there.
Brings up a good point, just talking about the Twins and them being out on the road for a couple of weeks. They come into the game today at a 28-33 record on the road. Much better at home at 46-23. Critical point in the schedule for them. A little bit unfortunate that they have to go out for such a long time, 2 weeks.
Couple of years, of course, they'll open up their brand new stadium, new outdoor stadium in downtown Minneapolis. Another, it's a fair ball. Mauer on it, and he throws him out. So for the 2nd inning in a row, the Mariners leave a man. We go to the 3rd inning of play, and there's still no score. To Safeco Field, where we're kind of all buttoned up cozily after a big squall moved through here about 2 hours ago. Time for the Aflac trivia question, and going into today, all we want to know is which team has the best record in the major leagues. Which team has it? Was Tampa Bay. I think it's the Cubs.
Well, the Angels had the best record for a long time.
They did. They did.
But I think that you're right. I think it is the Cubs. And the Cubs win again today also, so their record will get even better overall.
Nick Punto taking a strike on 1.
Tell you, it's one of the better trivia questions we've had this year. I like the ones that are easy and get right away.
Yeah. Well, it's about baseball too, you know.
Well, it's just unusual.
Yeah.
Our trivia questions, but
Down low and outside. Ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I just happy that we were able to get it right.
Yeah, well, are you sure we're right?
Yeah, I looked.
Did you? Okay.
No, I went and looked.
Okay.
Percentage points ahead of the Rays and the Angels both.
Two and 2 on Punto. Punto's got himself a 12-game hitting streak. A can of corn out there for Ichiro. So 2 down. Hi, son. How are you? You kidding?
I had one of those helmets once.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the beer.
I don't think he's having a beer.
No, I don't either. Carlos Gomez, the hitter, and he takes down Denise for a strike on 1. You had a batting helmet like that?
I did. First time I came to a major league game in the Kingdom to watch the Mariners play. I was able to get one of those. I think they were giving them away that day, helmet day. Okay, how about this, Dave? I think that the Chicago Cubs are going to hold on to the best record the rest of the way out.
You do?
I do. I think so. I do. Have you had a chance to watch them play much this year?
No, I haven't. I haven't hardly had any chance to see the Cubs play. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count. I know they got a pretty good rotation. They got Zambrano,
Harden.
They've got Lilly.
They have Dempster. Dempster,
Yeah.
right now, he looks like he's 3rd in their rotation. He already has 15 wins, I believe.
And 1 hopper back to the mound. They very easily could have, as far as a playoff rotation is concerned, the best. The Cubs.
Well, certainly if you consider, well, Harden is not going to have the wins, obviously, because he's been in the American League and he missed some time over here too. But I think overall, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look at what his ERA is going to be and his strikeout totals, and then you have Zambrano on top of that. And like I said, Dempster looks like he's going to be 3rd in their rotation if they get into the postseason, which I think that they will. And he's right now he's a 15-game winner, and he could win a couple more. So you're talking about a guy that maybe wins 17, 18 games as their number 3 guy.
And as far as Zambrano is concerned, he's a factor in the game with a bat.
He is really. I saw a number. I can't remember what it was, but he's hitting home runs this year. His batting average, I think, is around 300, if not better. I mean, he's really done a nice job. I've seen him pinch hit a couple of times for them.
Denard Span takes a change, nicely thrown, and he's down 2 strikes on 2.
One of the things that we've seen from the Twins so far is Obviously with Casilla now hitting second, but Span and Gomez who hits ninth. You have to keep those three guys now off the bases with them, especially Span and Gomez. They cause a lot of problems if they're running around the bases. Gets the infielders moving around, creates some holes for them.
I think this club and the Angels are the two best base running clubs in the American League. As far as smartness going from first to third, they'll run you into the ground.
Well, I agree with that. I think first thing is they obviously have the speed to do it, but you're right. Fundamentally, they're very aggressive. They will definitely make the outfielders make plays.
That's a little low.
It's about creating opportunities and trying to get some easier runs. We saw that in Minnesota for sure when we were playing there on the carpet. They really do a nice job of that. And Span will. I'm impressed with him. He's tried to bunt a lot against the Mariners. I'm assuming he does that against everybody. Ooh, a couple of pretty good pitches by Miguel.
Alexi Casillas on deck. You can see two different ways to do it, so to speak, especially when you play them back to back, the way the Mariners did Minnesota and Minnesota. And then we went to Chicago to play the White Sox, who just bludgeoned you to death.
Right.
Hit the long ball. Can be done both ways. Minnesota does it playing great contact baseball, and the White Sox do it with a long ball.
I've always felt like the White Sox, when they're playing home, that the ball is going to jump out of that ballpark. We certainly saw that, but this year I don't know what it is, what's different about it, but it seemed like the ball was really carrying there, and I don't know if it's because it was warm when we were there or what. Man, oh man, I wish they were leading the American League in home runs in their own ballpark.
So Denard Span hanging tough. This will be the 10th pitch to the right fielder. Also again out here early this afternoon, the Twins working on bunting drills. Seems like they do that at least the first game of every series. Bunt. Move the runner along.
They have that kind of club. They basically, Kadire is on the DL, but so they basically leave it up to Mauer and Morneau to drive in the runs. The rest of the guys need to set the table. As you see Span walk.
12 pitch at bat.
That'll get him a steak dinner. Ever heard that? Hitting coaches?
Yeah.
If you make the pitcher throw 10 pitches, you can get a steak dinner.
Yeah. Heard that. Alexi Casilla hit the ball right on the sweet spot, but lined it right to Jose Lopez in the first inning. Second walk given up by Miguel Batista. And the runner goes. Pitch is outside, throw through, and it is not in time. Number 12 for Denard Span.
We talked about the tremendous speed of Span. He also gets a pretty good jump right here. Jamie coming up, makes a throw down to second base. If Betancourt keeps the tag on him, Span actually comes off the base for a second. And by the time Betancourt tags him again, he's able to get his foot back.
He didn't keep the glove on him. Hey, he's out. I thought he was out.
I think it looked like from the other side, like Betancourt's glove came off just for a second.
Casilla is jammed and he fouls it back. 1-2. It's going to be interesting to watch the reaction to the first replay. And we're going to be getting that pretty soon, I would imagine. Certainly for the playoffs. But I think they'd want to experiment it with before we got to the playoffs.
Oh, I think they will do that. I hope it goes off without a hitch. I hope things go well. I like the idea. I think it's a good idea. I just hope it doesn't take a lot of time the first couple of times they go back and take a look at a replay. I hope they're able to get through it quickly. I think that's going to be the one complaint people are talking about, is it's going to take longer. I don't personally think it will, but
you know, when you think about all the controversy of a home run, usually the umpires get out there and 3 or 4 of them get together anyway to discuss it for quite a while. This might be a shorter way to do it, to tell you the truth.
That's what I think. I think it'll be quicker. And then after they break apart, somebody on one side of the field or the other is not going to be happy. And they're going to come out and argue about it after they've huddled together. Yeah, I don't know what else you can say as a manager if they take a look at it and they come back and they tell you whether it's a home run or not. It's hard to argue with the replay of it. I think you can get through that fairly quickly. And the main thing is to get the call right.
Casilla line drive just underneath Lopez. So here's Span around third, that throw to the plate by Ichiro, and the ball gets away from the catcher. Down to third base going Casilla. He'll slide in there. Ball got away from Jamie Burke. What a throw by Ichiro. If Burke hangs on to the baseball, I think they've got Span at the plate.
See the base hit by Casilla, diving effort by Lopez. Span again, really good lead out at second base. You see the throw? I think he was by it. Even if Jamie comes up with it, it looks because the throw was up the line just enough. As you see the ball come through there, which allows Casilla to go all the way around to third base.
Sep error on Ichiro, but he's being given an error, allowing the runner to go down to third base, as Joe Mauer is the hitter now. Taking a strike on 1. Casilla went down to second on the throw to the plate, and once the ball got by Burke, they are giving the error to Ichiro. So the Twins striking with pressure. 2 out base on balls, stolen base, and now the 2 out base hit.
Which is something that they've done better than anybody. Coming into the game tonight, hitting .313 with men in scoring position. You see the numbers by a long ways. And they're going to add to that now, 1 for 1.
Two strikes on Mauer. 30 pitches here in the inning for Batista. Mauer with a 16-game hitting streak. And a high pop-up. Should be caught. Valentin is there. He will catch it, but the Twins have one run on 1 hit, 1 error, and 1 man left, and they lead it 1-0. Well, the Twins have an early 1-0 lead as we go into the bottom half of the 3rd inning now. And the answer to our Aflac trivia question, which was a simple question about going into today, which team had the best record in the majors, and we were right. The answer is the Chicago Cubs with a record of 80-50. The Rays and the Angels each 79-50 on the year, as Miguel Cairo takes a breaking ball off the plate. Ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. ball hit right to Delman Young. Ichiro rolled one right back over the mound into center field and then stole second base in the first inning.
From what you've seen of Delman Young this year, do you think he looks a little shaky out in left field? It seems like he gets a read where he has to come in and make that basket catch a lot. We've already seen it twice tonight.
Yeah, and where he almost traps the ball there. I don't think he does that on purpose, to tell you the truth.
I don't think he does either. His
8 errors, yeah.
Fielding,
8 assists, 8 errors.
Fielding percentage of .967, pretty low for an outfielder. 8 errors is quite a bit.
You don't see Ichiro break too many bats, do you?
No, you don't. I think a lot of times he doesn't. A lot of times it doesn't seem like he takes a real full swing. A lot of times, I mean, he hits with 2 strikes a lot. You see him foul that pitch off, and then after that, he's trying to put it in play, especially against the better pitchers like Liriano, where he has that good slider that he can throw him. I've seen him so many times he tries to flick it, but yeah, you don't see him get where he gets sawed off badly and his bat shatters. We were curious. Well, I guess we were talking about it a couple of weeks ago whether Ichiro is going to get to 200 hits or not. Is there any doubt in your mind he's going to now?
No, absolutely not.
Has his average up to 314 now. I don't think there's any doubt about it. I had some. What were we thinking? He had to get, I think, at one point 8 to 10 hits more than there were games that they had left to play, and now he's on the other side of that.
And he's got himself another base hit, I think. No, he doesn't. Carlos Gomez, that ball hit right at him. Again, the toughest play for an outfielder, a ball hit right at you, particularly the center fielder. And Carlos Gomez was up to it.
You're absolutely right, Dave. You see, he hits this one right on the button. It's a line drive into center field. First, he gets a really good jump on it. Then this is another hard play when you have to dive straight in to make that kind of catch. Difficult play. Nicely done by Gomez.
And Yuniesky Betancourt will be the hitter. Nice slider at the knees for a strike. How did it change?
Betancourt flew out to right field his first time up, and it was on pitches like that. Everything was pretty much away from him. They're going away again.
Lo and behold, I recall a couple days ago he walked twice and won a ball game.
You think it was because he moved up to hitting second?
I don't know.
The reason why they put him at second, from what Riggleman was saying, is because he thought he would get more fastballs, and if he's going to get more fastballs, you would think they'd throw more strikes with him. But it was his second game hitting second. He ended up walking a couple of times.
Only the 4th time in his career he'd done that. And right back up the middle. He scissors one into center field. Well, the Mariners have had a hit an inning. A look at our Mariners calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. After tomorrow night and Wednesday afternoon's game against the Twins, the Mariners take off on their next to last road trip of the year. It'll be a short one. They'll spend the off day Thursday in Cleveland and then play the Tribe over the weekend and then 3 against the Texas Rangers. Raul Ibanez sending Gomez to the warning track in dead center field. His first plate appearance.
Mariners getting leadoff hitter on in the 1st and 2nd, weren't able to score. So maybe with 2 outs now they'll make something happen.
Well, now that Ibanez has got the count 2-0 on, I'm sure Mauer's going out there saying, look, he knows he's got a fastball count on. Let's not be too quick to throw the fastball here.
Or if he does, to throw a quality fastball as far as the location of it goes. As you mentioned, Raul, I believe, was on a slider, took Gomez all the way back to the fence his first time up.
It was a fastball, but it missed low and inside. There's Beltre next. Gonna let him swing here?
Absolutely. He's hit a couple of home runs on 3-0 counts. He's been hot.
Low and outside, so he walks on 4 pitches.
And they obviously knew it because he threw him a 3-0 slider.
Adrian Beltre hit the ball hard, but right to Delman Young in the 1st inning.
Been very good against left-handers all year. You see the .320 batting average, 5 home runs.
A breaking ball for a strike. Oakland with an early 2-0 lead over the Angels in the 4th inning. Change a little outside. Another change.
That was a good pitch to hit for Adrian. Change was up and out over the plate. See the tracer, top of the strike zone. Adrian typically likes the ball up in the zone. It was pretty interesting with the Twins. One of the things they're able to do because of the speed of Gomez in center field, he pretty much plays everybody straight up. If he shades him, it's only a step or the other. And then the other outfielders, the corner outfielders, play the lines. There's big gaps, but it's because they're able to close those gaps quickly.
That fastball misses badly away.
Mariners so far, they have Liriano 61 pitches here in the 3rd. So they're making him work. He's been on quite a run coming into this. I think get him out of the game early. A huge advantage for them.
Change again. And a fly ball off the end of the bat, dropping, but not in a hurry. Delman Young gets over there to make the catch. The Mariners lead 2 here And they've left at least one every inning. Still 1-0 Minnesota.
Very good pitching matchup in front of us here tonight with the Minnesota Twins in town. Dave Sims joining in with Mike Flowers. Both these guys pitching a nice game here.
Well, they are, but I think Liriano is really having to work hard, which is the good news. He's thrown over 60 pitches to get through the 3 innings. And look at Batista, not many pitches at all. 8 and 12 in the first 2, and then last inning he had to work awfully hard. Gave up just the 1 run. But I think the biggest story right now is the way they're, as you see this base hit back up the middle, but the way that Liriano has had to work. Maybe the Mariners can chase him, get his pitch count up, and get him out of here.
Leadoff hit by Justin Morneau. 3rd straight year with 100 RBIs. One of the real quality hitters in the American League and all of baseball. Here's Jason Kubel. Well, all he's done is torment the Mariners this month. They did retire him with a fly ball to center last time up. That makes him 13 for 20 against the ball club.
Well, I was just thinking, you and I were talking during the break about what Raul has done against the Twins, and it pales in comparison because Kubel has been so hot, but Raul has really torched the Twins, and Kubel's taken it another step up.
Chance for 2. There's 1 to Uni. Got it. Well-timed double play. 2 down.
You can see Lopez playing over in the hole, has to range to his right. Pretty easy feed. Nice throw to first. Easy double play once Lopez was able to get over there, field it cleanly.
Quick 2 outs brings up Delman Young. Wow. Back through the box. It's like the one that Betancourt hit last inning right through the box by Liriano. Coming up tomorrow, game 2 of this 3-game set. Scott Baker against Ryan Roland Smith. Fourth inning, 2 outs, runner on. Runner goes. Throw by Burke. It is out of time. Stolen base for Young is 14th. He's 14 out of 18. Second stolen base tonight. Span got one earlier.
Not much that Jamie Burke can do any differently. You can see pretty quick throw, throws it right on the money. It's another good jump by the Twins. Delman Young gets it in there. Gets in there before he can get tagged down.
Looking foul. Guys, you got to watch. Let's see. Span can really run. He picked up one tonight, so he's 12 out of 15.
Casilla can run.
Yep, and Gomez is out of sight. He's 27 out of 37. And Young with his 14, so they can do some giddy up on the bases. They're 6th in the American League. Mariners are 5th. 1-1. Ryan Busher, third baseman. Flied out to center's first time up. Bouncing ball, Lopez can't get it. Ichiro, the chance to throw a guy out at the plate. Here's the play. Got him. He's out. The Delman Young gunned down at the plate by Ichiro. Nice block of the plate by Jamie Burke. He took that baby away. He left them very little room to get in. Ichiro with the assist. 1-0 Minnesota. Minnesota. Game 1 of a 3-game set. Getting quite familiar with the Minnesota Twins. Third time this month the Mariners have faced off against this ball club. Jose Lopez, Ballantine, and Jojima home fourth. Liriano has a strikeout and a walk. He's given up 3 hits. Tremendous downward biting movement on some of his pitches.
Especially his changeup.
2-0. Infield hit last time up for Lopez. This guy's been really strong since he came back from a stint down in the minor leagues. Lopez having a very solid year with the stick. Base hit get him up to 299. Foul ball. Liriano, masterful 10 days ago in Minnesota. He went 7 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs. Neither one of them earned. 2 walks, 5 strikeouts, left with a 9-2 lead and turned into a 9-3 victory for the Twins. 3-2. Fly ball right field, backs up Span, just shy of the track. 1 down. Let's take a look at the Coors Light freeze cam. And we'll revisit the throw by Ichiro as he picks up his 9th assist of the year. He can really throw it. And Berkey totally cut off the plate.
It's right on the money. Look at Jamie. He doesn't even have to move. The throw before took him up the line a little bit. I think that's the reason why Span was able to get in there. But this right here gives Jamie the opportunity to do whatever he wants.
Right. Look at our Coors Light freeze game. The other thing he did well, and you remember from your stint as a catcher, held the ball in the bare hand, put it in the glove, get the tag down. That way eliminates or certainly reduces the potential of getting it knocked out of your grasp.
It's a good point because you should do that whether you're a shortstop, second baseman, or third base, but it's especially true with the catcher's glove on because it's a lot easier for somebody's foot to get in there and knock it out. Hang on to it with your bare hand.
Because even if you just have it in, you don't even have to make contact. If the glove hits the, if they're close together and you just get a glove on the guy, you're going to get the call.
Right.
As opposed to getting somebody, treating you like you're fresh meat on a kickoff return. Valentine goes down on a 1-2 pitch. Second strikeout. Liriano.
Take a look at it. This tremendous bite. You better get it to his fastball early. I mean, you really,
yeah, that's the truth.
He's a lot like Santana that way. You have to be able to hit his fastball early. If you foul it off or take it, you don't know what you're going to get. And he still throws hard enough to where you have to respect his fastball.
2 years ago, before he had the Tommy John surgery, he must have been totally sick with like 97, 98 with all these and with the ability to move the ball the way he has.
The slider was a lot tighter too.
Man. It's like I was talking to Frank Thomas the other day. They don't have a lot of pop with the Oakland Ball Club, so he may get 1 or 2 pitches a game to hit. I said, it sounds like a guy named Bonds the last couple of years because they don't want Big Frank to get hit. Well, it's the same thing what you were talking about here. You're going to get maybe 1 pitch and at bat you better hit it. Two outs in the 4th. Genji Jojima struck out his first time. Fly ball right center field. Good wheels out there. Denard Span is on the case. 1, 2, 3, 4th. That'll do it for the Mariners. Twins have a 1-0 lead. Here at Safeco, roof covering Safeco Field. Hey, for the largest selection of MLB gear on the internet. Shop 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at Mariners.com. You're going to find all you need for the baseball fans in your life at Mariners.com. To the 5th inning we go. Miguel Batista giving up a run on 4 hits. Punto leading off. Talked to Nick in the radio pregame show. He spent some time with the Phillies earlier in his career. And I asked him about the Twins' way of doing things. He said, pretty much what you see. They got basically 2 boppers in Mauer and Morneau, and they are taught to do every little thing there is to do to win a baseball game, and they executed beautifully.
I don't think they're a club that beats themselves, which is the first hurdle you have to get over. And then they help themselves with the way they run the bases. We were talking, Evening House, we were talking about their ability to bunt. They're first in the league in sacrifice hits. I think the other thing, and really it's the reason why they've ended up getting on such a good run this year and why they're in the hunt with this thing, is their ability to hit with men in scoring position. They're 2 for 3 tonight. Coming into the game, they were leading with a .313 average. That will win you a lot of ball games.
That is a sick number. .313 as a team, runners in scoring position. Wow. 3-2 to Punto, batting out of the 8 hole. He's at shortstop. Played a lot of second base with Casilla out, but Casilla's back after a thumb injury. Ground ball, Lopez playing in the hole. One out. Interesting to see that Lopez at time was a little bit closer to the hole on this side. Jim Riggleman a couple of days ago said how much he had been really imploring Lopez and Betancourt, when you have left-handed hitter, right-handed pitcher, and vice versa. Take away the hole, we'll give up the stuff up the middle. So we've really been, the ball club's really been getting hurt balls in a hole. So you'll see both of these guys try to play more in a hole when you have that right-handed pitcher, left-handed hitter, and vice versa.
And the other thing that helps with that is being aware of what kind of pitch and the location of the pitch before he throws it, and you can move around a little bit to help him out that way too.
Carlos Gomez has made a couple of nice catches in the outfield today. One taking a extra base hit against Ibanez in the first, and then a diving catch against Ichiro in the third. 2-1.
And it should be pretty easy, especially for the guys up the middle, because they can look right into the catcher and see the signs, and they know what the signs are, so they're able to see right away what the pitch is, and then they just watch where the catcher is going to move for the location. And you can cheat, you can take a half a step. Sometimes it makes a big difference.
Bouncing ball charged by Betancourt. Good throw, 2 down. An only run in this game, third inning. Base hit by Alexi Casilla. Scored Denard Span. Turning point in that inning. Batista got 2 outs in the second inning, then had an 11 pitch at bat against Span, who walked, stole second, and scored on the base hit by Casilla. Here's Span again. Young man out of a baseball hotbed, Tampa, Florida. Pretty good names coming out of Tampa.
Gooden, Sheffield.
Pinella, LaRussa, Boggs. Just the name of
Tino Martinez.
Tino Martinez, you bet.
Luis Gonzalez.
One and one. Batista into the 5th inning. Certainly got to know who this kid was that first trip in August 4, 5, and 6. A couple catches. Had his share of base hits. One, 2 from Batista.
I was a little bit surprised to see Span, after Miguel threw ball 1, his first at bat, hit swinging at the next pitch and flying out to center. I thought he was going to take the second pitch for sure. Of course, he's come back. His previous at bat was, I don't know how many pitches it was. 11. Yeah.
Lopez right there. And the inning is over. El Batista, folks, has pitched through 5. 1-0 Minnesota. School's about to start, getting that last bit of fun in. Building to the future, we check out Banner Bank, and they're going to tell us that Travis Chick, since his promotion to Tacoma, has put up some nice numbers in 5 starts, a 2-0 record, a 1.75 ERA. Opponents hitting under 200, and he struck out 26. Jimmy Burke to lead it off. Burke, Cairo, and Ichiro. Mariners down 1-0 to the Twins. Base hit up the middle for Jimmy Burke to get the 5th inning off to a good start. Travis Chick, by the way, a right-hander from Irving, Texas. Acquired from the Cincinnati Reds for Eddie Guardado. Eddie now in the second stint with Minnesota, just starting a few hours ago. Team from Texas. Eddie and JJ talking out there. Runner goes. Here's the throw, and now he's caught. Throw back, gets away. Burke will get second base. In fact, he'll get third base.
Ball ended up in the camera well, it looked like, on the throw.
Tying run. Just 90 feet away now for Cairo.
Take a look at it. It's clearly a hit and run. Miguel wouldn't swing at that pitch, first of all. And Jamie's not trying to steal a base. It's a hit and run. And then the throw. Wow.
So the error on the shortstop, Punto, gets Burke all the way to third. Nobody out. And Cairo asks for time.
Guys to keep an eye on in the outfield if there's a fly ball hit is Span in right and Gomez in center. Both of them throw very well.
Span's got 3 assists. Gomez has 7. Said he went, Brian O'Nora. All right, now the official score. Making a correction, was an error on the second baseman, E4, getting Burke to third base. Oh, 0-2 to Cairo. Gilman Young's got 8 assists, so they get guys that can all throw.
Gomez in center field has a really strong arm. I don't think it's quite as accurate as you'd like to see it at this point in his career. But even the throw that he made into third base earlier, he can turn it loose.
The one where he went back against the wall, yeah. The one on the, let's see, that would have been the Ibanez.
Right.
When Ichiro tagged, it wasn't a play, but he was so deep. It was a good throw. Nope. Make a good point. One and 2. Down the line, fair ball. Burke scores. We got a tie ball game. Cairo digging for 2, and he'll get there. The Mariners have tied it up. Miguel Cairo coming up big here in the 5th inning. Cairo a couple of nights ago laid down that perfect suicide squeeze.
It's another off-speed pitch to Cairo. You see the pitch down. It probably would have been a ball. Does a nice job of staying with it with 2 strikes on him, trying to put it in play. Ends up with a double. Jamie can pretty much walk home. See if Ichiro will drop a bunt down here.
10th double of the year for Cairo. Third baseman Buscher's in on the cutoff. Morneau is back. Takes a strike. We'll drop one down the third baseline. Huh?
I'm looking at Buscher right now. If Ichiro lays down a good one, I don't think he can get him from where he's at. Usually the third baseman will be up on the grass. He's a step, maybe a step and a half behind that.
Runner's going to have to hold. Ichiro is retired. Chance for Betancourt now to get that lead run in. Take a 9-inning lunch. Spend an afternoon with the Mariners. They'll play host to the Twins Wednesday at 1:40. It's a U.S. Bank matinee. Get your tickets by visiting Mariners.com or head out to one of the 5 Mariner team store locations. Betancourt, first time up. Foul popped to Span, who made a heck of a catch near the tarp on the right field line. They got a solid base hit up the middle in the 3rd. Mariners have tied it here in the 5th inning. Five hits for the Mariners this evening. 2 here in this inning. Burke with a leadoff single. And a hit and run on. He got caught in between first and second. The second baseman, Garcia, threw it away. He got the third. Betancourt to the shortstop. The runner advancing. 2 down. Here's a guy that is just, we talk about Kuba tormenting the Mariners. Raul has done likewise to the Twins. 0 for 1 tonight. He's 14 for 27 against Minnesota pitching. He walked on 4 pitches last time.
Not only that, but it was a 3-0 slider away.
Yeah, thank you. And this one popped to short left field, and the inning's over, but the Mariners do tie the score. It's a 1-1 ball game through 5. And I'll tell you that the new FSN Insider delivers all the latest happenings of your favorite Northwest sports teams straight to your inbox every weekday afternoon, bringing your email to life with exclusive video content and members-only ticket giveaways and contests. Become an insider. Sign up right now at fsninsider.com. Top of the 6th inning. Garcia, Mauer, and Morneau. 2-3-4. Here's a bunt attempt, and it goes foul. Minnesota run coming in the 3rd. RBI by Garcia. 5th inning, Mariners, Cairo with a big RBI double. In there for strike. Batista threw the first 2 innings. Had a strikeout and a walk, didn't give up a hit. Threw a bunch of pitches in the 3rd. It seemed like he's relying a lot more on his fastball tonight. Short pop, left field. Betancourt takes charge.
He's had a good 2-seam fastball tonight. Throwing more of those, which I like. I think that's a good pitch for him. The velocity is going to be between 91 and 93 miles an hour. I think he has good command of that pitch, and it's been very effective for him tonight. As you see his pitch count.
31 pitches in the 3rd inning. They double hiccup that inning.
Well, you can give Span a lot of credit. He took 11 of those.
That's amazing. Now that was with 2 outs. That would have been a huge punch out had he been able to get him. But Span walked, stole second, and scored on a base hit by Garcia. Strike 1 to Joe Mauer. Starts the day as a leading hitter in the American League. On the outside corner. Boy, he's sharp tonight.
Well, that's the pitch we're talking about. It's that 2-seam fastball. 92 miles an hour, well located. Mauer takes he's not going to do much with that pitch.
He's ahead of Mauer 0-2. Joe's 0 for 2 this evening. Outside. Mauer to be followed by Justin Morneau. These Twins battling for top spot in the American League Central. 2-2. Close. Berkey thought he had him, and Batista thought he had a strike.
Looks like he comes back with a cut fastball, tries to hit the outside corner with it after throwing a couple of 2-seamers out there.
1 out, nobody on. 3-2 to Mauer. Struck him out. That is the second strikeout. Both of them, Joe Mauer. Batista, 2 down.
Just tremendous movement on this two-seam fastball. Take a look at it. 93 miles an hour, and you can see it just dive out of the strike zone. Great pitch.
He had no chance. 2 outs in the 6th. Baltimore won the conclusion of a suspended game, and then against the White Sox. There's more no. And then the White Sox came back to win the regularly scheduled game. So the White Sox lead by a half game in the Central over these Twins. Well stroked deep center field. Long run for Ballantine. It's off the fence. Good recovery by Ballantine to get it back in, but a stand-up double by Morneau. That's his 34th two-base hit of the year.
This one's hit right on the button. Again, you can see it's another two-seamer more towards the middle of the plate, trying to get a strike and work ahead of Morneau, and he hits it right on the barrel and lines it off the fence out in center field.
Riggleman coming up. Talked to Batista. First extra base hit for the Twins tonight. Hit number 5 matches the Mariner total.
What do you think this conversation is about?
Well, let's see. 2 outs. You got Kubel.
There you go. Then a right-handed hitter in Young, who has a base hit in the game, but I think Riggleman wants to make sure he makes some quality pitches to Kubel, who has been hot against the Mariners this year, and go after the right-hander if you need to because you have first base open.
Kubel 0 for 2 tonight, but he came in 13 of 19 against the Mariners. Sean Green he's going to start to throw momentarily. He was 8 for 10 against the Mariners in Minnesota 10 days ago. That series on the 15th, 16th, and 17th. 2 outs. Big at bat, strike 1. Young man out of South Dakota. Born there, raised in Southern California. Twins trying to get to Batista again with 2 outs. That's what happened in the 3rd when they got a run. Batista had retired 5 consecutive hitters. 1-1 to Kubel. Two and 1. Green taking his time right now as they work on Kubel. 2 outs. Runner at second. Dillman Young, a right-handed hitter, is on deck. Kubel flied out the center and hit into a double play thus far. Kubel a couple of home runs, hit a 2-home run game here. First trip in. They wanted no part of him. 3rd walk issued by Batista. 2 outs, runners at first and second. Dillman Young, brother Dimitri Young, the meat hook, plays for the Washington Nationals. Young with a walk and a base hit to center. Check swing. Like a combination check swing trying to get out of the way.
It was another two-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour. Yeah, such good movement on that tonight. Young thought it was going to be a strike and ended up chasing him. You can see up and out of the zone.
Batista pitching in the 6th inning. Popped it off his foot, so Batista's ahead 0-2.
That's another one, 94 miles an hour that time, maybe off his knee. Looks like there's a ball mark or something on his knee. If that hit him on his kneecap, that is going to hurt. He doesn't look like he's doing too well. Take a look at it. Right off the knee.
Jeez.
hits on the inside of your kneecap. To worry about it swelling up. He was gimping around pretty good. Going there again.
Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? You don't even have to put a. You don't even have to put a sign down. That's one of those.
Try his courage.
Yeah. Need you ask?
Yeah. Try his courage. Run it in there again.
Ooh, yeah. Batista in his first start since August 4th. Pitching a nice ball game. Trying to get out of a jam here. 0-2 to Young. 2 outs, 2 on. Morneau and Kubel, the base runners. Here's the 0-2. Got something away, flicked it
Slider.
out. Yep. 1-2. Gentleman Young coming over from Tampa Bay. Batista's ready. Here comes the 0-2. Long inning. Turned into a long inning. 0-2 pitch. Struck him out, a big one. 3 strikeouts on the evening for Miguel Batista. 1-1 ball game. Miguel has pitched a strong 6 innings. To this point, you see it takes third on the throw. 5th inning. How about Miguel Cairo? They get Jamie Burke on a hit and run hung up, but then the second baseman throws it away, and Berkey gets all the way to third. And then Cairo with an opportunity lines one down the third baseline for a double. Burke scores easily, and we have a 1-1 ball game. Adrian Beltre to lead it off here in the 6th. Goes the other way, spans right there, 1 out. I'd say in the last, 2 weeks, Beltre must have hit 9-10 balls on the nose right at me.
Especially to right field and up the middle, which is a good sign typically. I mean, as a hitter, you're not happy about it because when you hit it hard, you want to get a base hit. But he's seeing it well. There's no question about that. And you hope eventually those start falling in for you.
He lined out to left his first time up. Here's Lopez. Cougar Gridiron Classic presented by Washington Beef Producers. It's back. WSU taking on Oklahoma State August 30th at Quest Field. Get your tickets 206-628-0888 or by ordering at Ticketmaster.com. Long fly ball deep left field. Down the line it is. Foul. Oh, man.
I thought that was going to hit the pole for sure.
0-2 to Lopez. Gave it a good ride. Jose with a 3-run homer yesterday in the 6th inning. Tough break. Swing and fouled into Mauer's glove. 2 down. 3rd strikeout for Liriano. Quick 2 outs here in the 6th. Liriano's walked 1. Valentine popped up to the shortstop and struck out. High strike. Give you an idea how close Lopez's drive was. Look at that. Just behind it. Popped up, playable. Morneau is right there, and that will do it for the Mariners. 1, 2, 3. as Liriano has retired the last 6 in a row. And our focus, Miguel Batista, strong outing tonight.
I thought he was very good tonight. See a nice cutter in on the hands of Mauer. This was the best pitch, I think. His two-seam fastball tonight, tremendous movement on it. Able to locate it. You see this one diving out of the strike zone again to Mauer. Solid outing.
For Miguel Batista, that's our Fruit of the Loam feel for the game. His line looks good. 6 innings, a 5-hit, 1-run ball, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 95 pitches, 56 for strikes. Jim Riggleman's got to be overjoyed to get 6 innings out of a starter. They got 6 innings out of Felix Hernandez yesterday, and then went to Jimenez, Corcoran, and Putz. Here's Sean Green. Make that Brian Busher, then Nick Punto, then Carlos Gomez here in the 7th inning. First action in 3 days for Green. He is our Nissan shift to the bullpen. Lopez gets a good hop. 1 out. Busher on the night, 1 for 3. That'll bring up Nick Punto. Punto 0 for 2, fly to right, grounded out to second. One of the other things was sitting on a rail in the dugout talking to Punto, and he said Beltre was taking BP at the time. He said best defensive third baseman in the American League. End of story.
We've been saying that for the last 2 years.
He said, man, he very impressed by him. And he's also impressed by I think Valentine's going to be a good hitter. Here's Vlad. Good to see Beltre back in the lineup. That left shoulder barking on him after a tough play a couple of nights ago. Diving, field a ball, and then compounded by trying to break up 2. They have jammed that left shoulder a little bit. So DH the last couple of nights. 2-0 to Punto. Punto switch hitter, 2-1. 2-2. Nice job by Sean Green to come back. That one opportunity the Mariners had to get to Liriano. They're going to have to cash in on another one. Lopez getting a lot of work. 2 outs. Every Friday night at Safeco Field, one lucky fan wins a trip for 2 to Las Vegas. Trip includes airfare and hotel for 3 days and 2 nights in Vegas. The next Las Vegas getaway giveaway takes place Friday, September 5th. Mariners will be hosting the Yankees that night. For tickets, visit mariners.com. Pretty much say goodbye to your old team there, right? 9.5 back starting today.
Yes.
Strike 1 to Gomez. Yankees 5 back in a wild card. 1-1 to Gomez.
I said that a few days ago about them. I just it's amazing to me to watch them and see what a mess their pitching is, and it seems like it's been that way for the last 2 or 3 years. A lot of it's because of injuries, but they really had a tough time putting together 3 or 4 quality starters.
Hey, there was a Carl Pavano sighting the other day.
Oh, I know, I saw that.
Imagine writing that check, and Carl's giving you about 3 games in 3 years. Of course, he's been torched in the New York tabloids. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gomez. Big sweeper. Just got a piece of it. Got to keep talking about that Tampa Bay ball club. They're at 79 wins, 50 losses, tied with the Angels for the best record in the bigs. Let me correct myself. The Cubbies won it. I think it's an 81. Beg your pardon. That's for supremacy in the American League. Cubbies, 81 wins. Berkey could not hold on. Are they for real?
The Cubs? Yes.
Going deep?
I would believe that they are. One of the things that Dave Niehaus, we were talking about it, and you look at their club right now, you have Zambrano at the top of their rotation.
Who can hit?
Yes, he can. Harden hits the second, and then you have Dempster, who's probably going to have be a 17-game winner, pitching third for you in the postseason.
2-out walk. Gomez can run. He's got 27 stolen bases. Dempster's been the guy that's jumped out at me. Playoffs are going to be a blast. Dangerous man here, Denard Span. 0 for 2, a walk, stolen base, and a run scored. He runs very fast, as does Gomez. So you want to get this guy out here. 2 outs in the 7th.
And the guy on deck is no slouch either. He might be faster than both of them.
Then you got the 2 big boys after that. 3 big boys, Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel. It's a big out. Green on in relief of Miguel Batista gave the Mariners 6 solid innings, 5-hit, 1-run ball. First start since August 4th, and it was a good one, no question. Beltre in at third. Mariners infield, Beltre. Betancourt at short, Lopez at second, Cairo at first. Straightaway not too deep for Span. Big snap throw, or I think that hit him. Got a piece of him.
Take a look, see if we can tell where it hits him. Maybe the elbow.
Whew. Got an elbow and it got up under his chest. Definitely got some help. Boom, boom, yeah. Underside of the elbows, he's diving in. Ball and a strike. Gomez fake takeoff. That's a fair ball. All he has to do is tag him. Inning over. He hit that about 5 inches. And J.B. Burke very alertly turned and tagged him. And we move to the home 7th in a 1-1 contest. Game having pitched 6 innings. Matt Guerrero is the new pitcher for Minnesota. Mariano's line, 6 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, a walk, 3 strikeouts, 96 pitches, 68 for strikes. Batista went 95 pitches, 56 for strikes. DHing tonight, Kenji Jojima. He leads off the 7th. 7, 8, 9, Jojima, Burke, and Cairo. Guerrero had a tough time last time here in Seattle. It is a big league pop-up. Busher, foul territory, 1 out. Here's a look at tomorrow's starters. Scott Baker will go against Ryan Roland Smith. And his pitching matchup brought to you by Comcast High-Speed Internet, featuring bursts of speed up to 16 megs. For details, call 1-800-COMCAST. Strike one to Jamie Burke. Jamie tonight with a single and a run scored, 1 for 2. That run coming in the 5th inning. Mariners roughed up Matt Guerrero in a huge 10-run, 8-hit 7th inning back on August 4th. Breaking ball. Punto retires Jamie Burke. 2 outs in the 7th. That was an inning where Raul Ibanez had the grand slam and a 2-run double. So 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Cairo, he drove in the only Mariner run with a double down the third baseline. Back in the 5th inning. Good breaking ball. Strike one.
Started the first 2 hitters, Jojima and Burke, off with fastballs. Cairo went up there, I think, guessing for a fastball because he was well out in front of that slider.
Foul ball. 0-2 to Miguel. Again, can't say enough about the game that was turned in by Miguel Batista. First start since August 4th.
3 weeks off. Give up 1 run. Outstanding effort.
Or 2 to Cairo. That's a heck of a job to check that swing. 1-2. Cairo with a 2-run triple. In yesterday's win, he also had a double, couple of runs scored.
Sean Green coming out in the 8th. Be critical for him to get Casilla out, keep that guy off the bases. If Malworm or no, Kubel hitting behind him, he can make a lot of things happen.
One, 2. Cairo with a huge suicide squeeze 4th inning Friday night. Mariners 7-5 win over Oakland. Two and 2. Struck him out, inning over. Guerrero comes in and does his job. 7 in the books here at Safeco. To the 8th inning we go, in a 1-1 ball game between the Twins and the 8th inning action. And this is a critical at bat right here with Casilla leading off. Casilla to be followed by Joe Mauer and Justin Morneau.
Very good bunter, runs well. You don't see Adrian playing this far up on anybody because he's so good at fielding that bunt, but he's going to take it away.
Guardado back to his familiar number 18 in a Twins uniform. Just obtained earlier today from Texas. Got here about 5:30, 6 o'clock. Mentor to J.J. Putz when he was here. Earned the moniker Everyday Eddie for his work in Minnesota his first time around. Second inning of work for Sean Green. Carlos Gomez in the 7th and got out of it. That span to dribble one right in front of home plate. Jimmy Burke tagged him out. Down the line. That is a foul ball. Wow. That was an easy double.
That would have been a triple. Not too many triples down the left field line, but with Casilla running, that would have been a triple.
Didn't even shifted it. He was, what, 5-6 steps from second base and didn't even put it in high gear. One and two to Casilla. Keep him off the base paths. 1-2. Ground ball, foul.
It's interesting to look at the different managers and how they like to manage a game late like this. You have a ball game that's a 1-1 tie in the 8th inning. So many of the managers will have their infielders taking away the lines, the outfielders playing deep so that there are no doubles. Jim Riggleman elected not to do that.
Slapped into the gap. Raul is there and a sliding catch. Nicely done. 1 out.
See Raul coming over, making a sliding grab. Nice concentration. Big out.
Here's Joe Mauer. 0 for 3, struck out twice, flied to center. Joe is one kind of a good hit. 1 for 1 against Sean Green. Here's your defensive alignment. Two-0 pitch. Green being very careful. It's Joe Mauer, the leading hitter in the American League. Four-pitch walk. And now you bring up the number 2 RBI man in the American League, Justin Morneau, second only to Josh Hamilton. Morneau with 102 RBIs and Hamilton with 115. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Seattle Mariners and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Seattle Mariners. Bill Stoudemire going to come out. Consultation with Green. The runner on, and Morneau, who's got a double and a single tonight. 2 for 3.
Well, the other things to think about with Mauer over at first for a big man and a catcher. He runs well. Another double by Morneau. He can possibly score from first base. Pretty good athlete.
Morneau banged one off the center field wall his last time up for 2 base hit. His 34th. These are the big boys of the Minnesota lineup. Morneau second in RBIs. Mauer leads the American League in hitting. Mauer in the top 10 in walks as well. Green has thrown 5 straight balls. Left field backs up Raul. Long run. Just shy of the track. On the track makes the catch. strong throw back into the infield, cut off by Betancourt. 2 outs. 2 nice plays by Raul in left field. Gonna bring up Jason Kubel. 0 for 2 with a walk. Careful with Kubel. Ichiro got his fans here. He's going to be leading off the home 8th. Top of the order, Ichiro, Betancourt, and Ibanez. Kubel hitting .619 against the Mariners this year. This month, I should say. 2-0. Cairo can't get it. Base hit. Maurer making the turn. It's going to get third easily. First and third for Minnesota. We'll bring up Delman Young.
Well, with Cairo holding on Maurer at first, he can't get far enough off the base to be able to stop this ground ball from getting through the infield.
Kubel got ahead in the count. Cashed in. Brings up Delman Young, base hit, walk, and a strikeout tonight.
Strikeout his last time up. Batista threw some good 2-seamers in and was able to punch him out on a slider. Ring going right to the slider.
One-0 pitch. Rifled the other way, base hit. Minnesota takes the lead. Delman Young on a 1-0 pitch. Singles to right. Joe Mauer scores. It's 2-1 Twins. Kubel takes second. RBI for Delman Young is 57th.
Talked about the Twins hitting with men in scoring position again. See the 2-seamer, a nice sinker in. He just inside outs it into the right field.
To look at our Columbia Bank game difference. There's Brian Busher. 6th man coming to the plate here in the 8th inning. I can't emphasize that number, that runner in scoring position number as a team. 313 entering tonight. Can't say enough about it. I mean, it's just
3 for 5 tonight.
Extraordinary.
And from what we've seen, a lot of those hits are coming with 2 outs. They do a nice job of that. Those are the most difficult RBIs to pick up. The Twins have done a nice job of that.
.275 with 2 outs. 313 overall. There you go. One and one. On the ground, Lopez smothers it. Does he get him? He does. Inning over. Heck of a play by Lopez to retire Busher. But the Twins pick up a run and take a 2-1 lead. Well, the Twins have just taken a 2-1 lead here in the 8th inning. Back in the 5th inning, here's our AT&T Your World moment. Miguel Cairo. Hit and run was on. He had Burke hung out to dry. Bad throw by the second baseman. Burke gets third, and then here's Cairo coming through. Down the line. 2-base hit. Ties have scored 1-1 in the 5th. Minnesota just took the lead back. It's 2-1. Eddie Guardado just arrived here earlier this evening. Obtained in a trade from with Texas. Landed at 5:30 today, and here's Eddie coming into the ballpark. And they're putting him right into service immediately. He's got his. He'll swap out that Ranger bag for a Twins bag, and it's old home week. Eddie, having spent some good years here in Seattle, so he's familiar with a lot of the personnel around the building here at Safeco Field. Eddie's numbers for the season. Tommy John surgery a couple of years ago. Pops up, Ichiro, first pitch, 1 out. One out here in the 8th. Saw Eddie a couple of once in Texas. I think the last time we were down there had a good performance.
Had a save.
Yeah. Joe Nathan, one of the premier closers in baseball, getting ready.
JJ up in the Mariner bullpen just in case.
Betancourt tonight. There's JJ Putz. Picked up a save yesterday. 9th of the year. Betancourt fouled out to the right fielder, base hit up the middle, and grounded out the shortstop.
Eddie's velocity isn't where it used to be, but the one thing he's always been able to do is spot his fastball away. He will work on the outside corner all day on you and then throw a split up there. But his command, that's basically how he's done it throughout his career. He's never been a 95, 96 mile an hour guy, and he's been a closer for a lot of years in this league. It's that pitch right there. So difficult. And with 2 strikes, it's just a little bit further out there. Dave, you can see the locations. Just lives there. Really good command of his fastball.
One of the most engaging guys you ever want to meet in baseball, too. 1-2, Betancourt. 2-2. And now you got Eddie for the 8th inning and Joe Nathan for Minnesota. Second in saves behind Francisco Rodriguez. Nathan with 35 saves on the year. Mariners need some base runners. Fouled off. Jim Ruggeman pretty happy with what he's seen out of Betancourt, batting him in the 2-hole the last few days.
With all the left-handers they've been seeing, you needed to make a change, score some runs.
2-2. Just got a piece of that one. Well, Uni has worked a 7-pitch at bat. Guardado staying away from him. Came inside, popped it up. Maurer. Morneau calls him off. 2 down. This was a heck of a matchup here. Best of friends, Guardado and Ibanez. Ibanez tonight 0 for 2. Hitting an even .500 against the Twins this year. 2 home runs and 12 runs batted in. Look out. That scattered him along the rail and the dugout for the Twins.
Raul took a shot at getting a fastball, and then he threw a little breaking ball up there. He hit it right off the end of the bat.
Scattered about 4 guys who were on the top rail. Popped up, and that's played. Going back is Casilla, coming in span. Casilla's got it, inning over. Guardado, effective 1-2-3 inning in his second stint with Minnesota. Twins by a run. 3 here at Safeco Field. Inside Seahawks camp. It's going to come your way tonight on FSN. They're going to have an extended highlight show of tonight's preseason matchup with the San Diego Chargers. Less than 2 weeks to go before the regular season opener. Stakes are high as new additions try to land a spot on the Hawks' final 08 roster. Don't miss Inside Seahawks camp tonight at 11 on FSN. Seahawks lost at San Diego tonight on a late interception return. Chargers win that game. Here's Randy Messenger making his Mariner debut. And he's here because Mark Lowe was optioned to AAA Tacoma. And he'll, instead of being DL, that allows him to be able to come back as soon as the rosters expand. As soon as the AAA season ends and big clubs are allowed to expand their rosters once AAA is done. Here's Nick Punto. Oh, 0-2 to Nick, leading off the 9th inning. Punto 0 for 3, is twice grounded out to Jose Lopez. Messenger pops him up. Burke giving a run. He just missed it.
Looked like Jamie ended up catching a spike up in the netting in front of the dugout.
Yep.
That's a tough play with that catcher's glove. See Jamie going over trying to find the railing. Have to reach back right off the end of it.
Here's the 0-2 from Messenger. Messenger with 6-0, 12 games, 2.38 ERA at Tacoma this year. 1-2 pitch. He went. Burke will throw down. Cairo, 1 out. 1 out here in the 9th. Here's your chance for a new look to go back to school. Be at Safeco Field Tuesday, September 9th, as Hairmasters will be giving fans haircuts on the outfield concourse for just $5. Proceeds go to Mariners Care. It's September 9th, Mariners Rangers, haircuts by Hairmasters for just $5. For tickets, visit mariners.com. I will not be seeing you there for that one. Look at this play. Backed up, and it goes by Lopez. So a base hit and an error 1 allows Gomez to take second.
Hits it right off the end of the bat and it's spinning like a top and comes back fair. See the way it kicks back fair. Messenger gets over there in good shape and then pulls the throw, and Gomez with his speed, no problem getting into second.
Top of the order, Gennard Span. Play him pretty shallow. One out here. Gomez at first. Second error tonight by the Mariners. Ichiro charged with an error in the 3rd. Ichiro also has an assist tonight. His 9th of the year was his 5th error. Right back to Messenger, holds the runner. 2 outs. Going to bring up Alexi Casilla. 2 outs and Gomez at second base. Messenger can get out of this, get Mariners back in the dugout and get the bats to work. Beltre, Lopez, and Valentin scheduled.
Messenger coming in, throwing strikes. 9 pitches, 8 of them for strikes. A lot of times you're not sure. You get a guy up for the first time and how he's going to react to it, but he's been able to come up and throw some strikes.
There's that flat brim just like George Sherrill. Swing and a miss. 0-2. Messenger's 27 years old. Had been with the Giants and the Florida Marlins. Breaking ball, Cairo's right there. He'll take it himself. Now it's time for the bats to go to work in the ninth inning. Last licks. You got Beltre, you got Lopez, you got Valentine. 2-1 Minnesota. As we get ready for the bottom of the ninth inning here at Safeco Field, Mariners Live comes to you right after this ball game. Why was Miguel Batista so good? And he really was. Update the pennant races and the Seahawks and Chargers result. Preseason action in the NFL. Beltre, Lopez, and Valentine against Joe Nathan, 35 saves, tied for second in the major leagues. Brian Wilson with 35 for the Giants in the National League leads the senior circuit as Beltre swings through. Francisco Rodriguez leading the major leagues with 50 saves. Beltre's line to left, fly to left, and lined out hard to right. Mariners got to Nathan back on Tuesday, August 5th. A big 2-run double by Jose Lopez in the 8th inning. Gave the Mariners an 8-7 lead, 8-7 win too.
Nathan's thrown Adrian some hard sliders. It's a pretty good fastball.
He's hit a lot of baseballs right on the nose the last few weeks. Not a whole bunch to show for it.
See the good fastball from Nathan. Throws a two-seam fastball. Don't run in off the plate. Get under Adrian's hands.
Got a really good sinker. Started his career as a shortstop. To the gap in right center field, and it sits down off the wall. A great start. Beltre, leadoff double here in the ninth. Tying runs 180 feet away.
Like some sort of breaking ball. It's a slider out over the plate. Nice piece of hitting by Adrian. Drills it into the gap.
Well, we were just mentioning how Lopez was able to win a battle against Nathan last time in this ballpark.
See how Riggleman wants to play it here. You mentioned that big hit, but in this situation you usually would guess they would bunt him over, try to tie the game up.
Beltre's at second, and that last confrontation here at Safeco was a 7-pitch at bat, a 3-2 pitch that Lopez gapped to left center. Bunt's laid down but foul. Jeff Clement's on deck now.
Lopez wants to bunt this ball firmly towards third to make third baseman Busher come in and have to field it.
Leadoff man at second with a double. It's Adrian Beltre. Nathan comes set. Popped it up. 0-2.
I'm sure they'll take the bunt off now. 2 strikes. Let him hit. See if he can hit something to the right side and move him over that way.
Lopez 2 for 6 against Joe Nathan. for the big guy. Lives in Houston. Born in Houston. Lives in Knoxville. Goes the other way. Fouled out of play. 6'4", 225. Those are good numbers. Jose with 1 hit tonight. Beltre's at second. Here's the 0-2 to Lopez. Got a pitch up around his eyes. Span, he can't make the catch. Span's got 3 assists on the season, and you can see he can really run, but he didn't get that one. He made a heck of a catch against Betancourt back in the first inning.
I think on this play, though, if he catches this because his momentum's taking him over towards the tarp, it would have been difficult for him to stop quick enough to make a good throw to third. He has a good arm.
Nathan pounding the high end in the zone.
Oh, the 0-2. He's trying to get him to chase something out of the strike zone.
All on 2 strikes. The crowd reacted to that one. 23,277 on hand. Jeff Clement's on deck. He'll pinch hit for Ballantine. Twins in the heart of a pennant chase. Mariners playing spoiler. Inside 2-2. Gardenhire, former shortstop of the New York Mets, 7th year, skipper for the Twins. Here we go, 2-2. Lopez trying to move that runner to third base, hitting to the right side. He fouls this one off.
Look at up and in. See him really pull his hands inside, trying to hit it to the right side.
Pitch number 8 coming up. Shade Lopez a little bit towards right field. 2-2 from Nathan. Fouled off. The 8th pitch that Lopez hit against Nathan. Back in that 8th inning battle they had on Tuesday, August 5th, resulted in a 2-run double by Lopez. Everybody's ready to go. 2-2. Lopez bobbled. He put it in play, and everybody's safe. Nobody out. He's 6 on that play. So now the Mariners have the tying run at third, the winning run at first.
I'll guarantee you on this Adrian going on this. Punto probably not sure whether he wanted to go to third or first. Gets caught in between and ends up kicking it. Adrian doing everything he can to get there. I don't think the ball being close to him mattered, but I think Punto maybe a little bit in between on what he wanted to do.
And Gardenhire coming out and bring the infield in. Talk things over, strategize here. Nobody out, runners at the corners. Tying run at third, winning run at first here in the 9th inning for Jeff Clement.
Both clubs have made a couple of errors tonight. Maybe none bigger than that one right there. Twins typically don't beat themselves, but they certainly helped the Mariners on that one.
Mariners will take it. Great at bat by Lopez.
Didn't start off too good, but
sure didn't. They got it up to what, 9-10 pitches.
Yes.
So good job. Heck of a battle. Jeff Clement, 4 for 6 with 2 RBIs as a pinch hitter. He's 1 for 2 against Joe Nathan. One-run ball game. Hit on the ground, Punto. That's going to tie the ball game. 2-2. The double play is turned, but it's a brand new game.
first pitch swinging. Take a look at it. It's a fastball away. Hits it right to the shortstop, Punto, who comes right back after booting one. Turn a pretty easy double play. 6-4-3 double play.
Score's tied. Here's Kenji Jojima. Second time in this building the Mariners get to Joe Nathan. Strike one to Kenji. Kenji 0 for 3 against Joe Nathan. Oh, he tried to win the game with that swing. 0-2. Mariners have come back to tie it here in the ninth. Minnesota taking a 2-1 lead in the 8th inning. Fourth blown save of the year for Nathan. All on the road, second against the Mariners. Two and two. Jay puts. Here's OB, the next pitcher for the Mariners. 2-2 to Kenji, 2 outs. Could not check his swing, inning over, but the Mariners do tie it, send it into extra innings. Back with the 10th inning right after this. 2-2 ball game. Let us not forget the contributions of starter Miguel Batista. He threw an outstanding 6 innings, 5 hits, a run, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts in 95 pitches, 56 for strikes. Did a very nice job this evening. And now here's J.J. Putz working his way back to where he was last year. 2 stints on the DL. Not had the command of all of his pitches all of the time. But he did pick up a save last night. He went an inning, gave up a hit, walked 1, closed out that 8-4 Mariner win over the Athletics. Mauer, Morneau, and Kubel here in the 10th. Joe Mauer against J.J. Putz. Jeremy Reed, the new center fielder. We talked about Batista pitching a fine game as a starter. So did the Twins' Francisco Liriano.
And again, tie game, extra innings. taking away the double, playing things pretty much straight away. Reed shading left center a little bit.
What's the fourth pitcher tonight for the Mariners? He's got Mauer 0-2. Randy Messenger, the newest Mariner, pitched the ninth inning. Gave up one hit. Jesse Crane be the next pitcher for Minnesota. 0-2 strikes to Mauer. Off the plate, charging is Betancourt, and he gets it. One out in the Twins' 10th. They'll bring up Justin Morneau, 2 for 4. He banged a double off the center field wall with 2 outs in the 6th. The ball was really touched up. He's 2 for 4 against J.J. Putz. Way upstairs, ball 1. Been a heck of a battle tonight, too. 2-2 ball game. Twins are running the 3rd. Mariners answer in the 5th. Twins are running the 8th. Mariners answer in the home 9th.
See if JJ wants to throw a 2-0 fastball to Morneau. If he does, I'm sure it'll be away.
Big pitch, 2-0. Broken bat, Beltre got it cleanly. 2 outs.
Nice location by JJ on this pitch. Take a look at it. It's away from Morneau. He hits it right off the end of the bat, breaks his bat actually, and then Adrian makes the catch over at 3rd.
So they say in the business that's a huge out. Here's another one here in Kubel. Kubel with a base hit on a 2-0 pitch back in the 8th inning. That base hit came with 2 outs. Twins eventually got a run from the next hitter when Delman Young singled. First pitch to Kubel in there for strike. Kubel 1 for 3 against JJ. Pitch, great movement on that pitch by J.J. Putz. 0-2. Playing Kubel straight away and deep. 0-2, 2 outs. Swing and a miss, and Kubel goes down swinging. A 1-2-3 10th inning, rung up by J.J. Putz. Bert Cairo at Suzuki coming up. Everybody, let's show you how the Mariners got on the board. And error played a big role right here as the second baseman Casilla throws it away on a hit and run. Bert gets all the way to 3rd on that, and then following immediately is a double down the line by Miguel Cairo. The Tide scored 1-1 in the 5th inning. Then in the 9th inning, another error played a role. Here's Punto. Boots a ball. Everybody's safe 1st and 3rd. Clement hits into a double play. Beltre scores. 2-2 ball game. That's where we are right now. In the bottom of the 10th inning, Dave Sims, Mike Blowers with you. It'll be Jamie Burke, Miguel Cairo, and Ichiro here in the 10th. Jesse Crane, the new pitcher from Minnesota. Crane comes on. He follows Joe Nathan. Gives up a run. A hit, strikes out one in the 9th inning. 56 game for Jesse. 17 holds. Good strikeout walk differential. 0-2 to Burke.
Mariners have Hewlett and LaHare left on their bench. CRA Dickey getting loose out in the pen.
Owen 2 to Burke. He's gone. Big overhand breaking ball by Jesse Crane. One out here in the 10th. Here's Cairo. Craig Breslow warming up. Cairo fouls one off. Mariners have struck out 6 times tonight. But mainly in the bottom of the order. Once for Lopez. Ballantine, 2 for Jojima. Burke once and Cairo 1. Here's the 0-1 to Cairo. Nothing like pennant race baseball. Twins very much involved on Garden Hires Club. Half game behind the White Sox. They're tired of seeing the Mariners. I know they did sweep the Mariners the last meeting 10 days ago. It was a fly ball out of play. August 4, 5, and 6 here in Seattle. Mariners took 2 out of 3. And 15, 16, 17 of August. Twins swept the Mariners, but now they're in another dogfight to start this 3-game series.
Crane with a pretty good fastball tonight. Last one 95 miles an hour. Once he had 2 strikes on Jamie Burke, he dropped in a pretty good curveball. See what he wants to do here with 2 strikes on Cairo.
They're putting a good fight. 1 out here in the 10th inning. Cairo trying to get aboard for Ichiro. He's on deck. On a 2 to Miguel.
Let's keep staying with fastballs away. See the chart. Everything's away from him. Last pitch 95 miles an hour. Hanging in there trying to stay alive. Finding a way on first base here.
Crane born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Lives in Lakeville, Minnesota, south of Minneapolis. Big breaking ball, and it's a ball. 2-2. Same pitch he got Burke on. Crane has come up through the Minnesota system. 2-2. Swing and a miss by Cairo. 2 down. Pretty good heater. we see Ichiro hit the ball out of the yard on a consistent basis during BP. This would be a time to turn one loose. Ichiro with 5 home runs, 38 RBIs. He's got a hit tonight. Hit number 172. He's got an error and an assist. His 5th error, his 9th assist. One and 0 to Ichiro. Ichiro 5 home runs. His last long ball was on the 9th of this month against Tampa Bay. Back up the middle for Punto. Throws him out, inning over. To the 11th we go. 2-2 ball game. Oh, what a night. A 2-2 ball game as the Mariners battle the Minnesota Twins here as we are about to begin the 11th inning. R.A. Dickey is the latest pitcher for the Mariners. Batista, Green, Messenger, Putz, and now R.A. Robert Allen going to get an opportunity to go against the Twins. Dillman Young, Brian Busher, and Nick Punto.
Starts Young off with a fastball. I'm watching RA do that a little bit more lately, trying to work ahead.
RA was with the Minnesota organization earlier in his career. Beltre, wow, another Gold Glove play by Adrian Beltre. One out here in the 11th.
Tough to hit one much harder than Young just did. Just a bullet, one hot rocket right at Beltre. Does a nice job keeping his body in front of it. Ends up catching it clean, but this is a missile. See how quickly he gets down to him. Oof. Good play.
Strike one to Busher. Nice job by Burke. A representative number in this crowd, 23,277 still here. Coming up on 10:15 Pacific time. Mariners got RA in the Rule 5 draft for Minnesota. 2-1. Beautiful pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Busher 1 hit tonight. And he's retired. 2 outs. Here comes Nick Punto. Fly to right, twice grounded out to second base, and a strikeout. Very aggressive. RA. Good pattern. Right back to him. Boy, you can't beat that. That's a great inning by R.A. Dickey. Mariners with a chance to win it with Betancourt, Ibanez, and Beltre. Well, the Minnesota Twins trying to get into the playoffs. And The Mariners are battling them in a very fierce manner tonight. 11th inning action. Betancourt, Ibanez, and Beltre coming up against Jesse Crane in his second inning of work. Both bullpens really getting used up tonight. Crazy how this game works. Batista gives the Mariners 6 really good innings and figure, yeah, cut the bullpen a break, maybe you can win the game. And here we are, 11th inning.
Both closers are already pitched.
Yeah.
Make a play,
Heads
Dave.
up.
Make a play.
Not even close. Told you, that was in Minnesota years ago. Not even that long ago. Kyle Peterson and I, former Stanford All-American, on a game on ESPN, and I reached out, and at the last second I said, nah. As it buzzed by, got within about a foot.
Smart man.
Yes, sir. Betancourt tonight with a solid single up the middle, back in the third. 1 for 4. Craig Breslow throwing again for Minnesota. Oh, 0-2 to Betancourt. Fourth consecutive game, Uni's batted in a 2-hole. 1-2. Change up, nice hop to Punta, who throws out Betancourt, 1 out. We are the last remaining game in progress in the major leagues this evening.
That's usually the case, isn't it?
More often, well, when the
we're at
Angels,
home.
yeah, when we're at home, the Angels, and if the A's are at home, but yeah. Two teams had off days. Matter of fact, Oakland played at the Angels and beat them 2-1. Ibanez 0 for 4 against Crane. Twins pitching has held Raul in check this evening. One. Raul with 33 runs batted in since the All-Star break. It's 4th in the American League. Morneau's playing on the line at first. Outfielders are deep for Ibanez. Two and 1. For the Twins, game 5 of a 14-game road trip. 2-1. You remember back in that first series, 4, 5, and 6 of August Beltre's on deck. Raul was tattooing everything. They are so super careful tonight.
You know, hopefully he'll get a fastball in the middle of the plate on a 3-1 pitch.
Here's the 3-1. The outside corner.
It's well located. Raul was looking in the middle of the plate. That one was on the corner. No need to swing at it. It's not where you want it.
Three and 2 to Ibanez. 1 out here in the 11th. He's aboard. We'll bring up Adrian Beltre, who got a huge double back in the ninth and came around and scored. That run scored by Beltre tied the game at 2-2. Adrian hit that to deep right center field. And lined out to right, flied to left. And first time up, hit a really well-stroked ball to left field. They're playing him very deep. That could be the ball game. That ball is back and gone. Adrian Beltre, two-run homer, game winner for the Mariners. 4-2 Seattle. For Beltre, home run number 21, RBI 64 and 65. As we told you, he's been really hitting the ball hard lately. Not having a whole bunch to show for it, but this one, cha-ching! 6th career game-winning home run for Beltre coming off a shoulder injury. And how timely was that baby? So Adrian Beltre wins the game for the Mariners in the 11th inning. There was no doubt about it. Fastball gone. And everybody in the ballpark knew that this contest was done. He hit it off of Jesse Crane. Completes this game in 3 hours and 14 minutes in front of 23,277. So the Mariners are now 3-4 against the Twins. They're 4-7 in extra inning contests as Beltre wins the game. That'll do it for us. For Mike Blowers, I'm Dave Sims. See you tomorrow night. Mariners Live. A lot of fun things.